Hello again. So today I'm doing a first impressions video of this foundation right here, and it is the DERMABLEND CC Cream Continuous Correction Full Coverage CC Cream with sunscreen. So this is a CC cream foundation slash CC cream, and I am going to be doing a first impression review. All right, so it says right here, broad spectrum SPF 50 plus, free radical defense, non-comedogenic, up to 24-hour color wear when used as directed with other sun protection measures. And let's see, the ingredients are homosalate 10%, octisalate 4.9%, and octocrylene 4%, and those three are sunscreens. It also has diammonium hectoride, polyglycerol 4, disultarate, polyhydrosterate, sebacate, phenethanol, and may contain titanium dioxide and iron oxides. I'm just reading the ingredients because you might be allergic to something, and I'd rather just let you know. Okay, so on the side of the box it says skin security standards, dermatologist standards, dermatologist tested for safety, non-comedogenic, sensitive skin tested, allergy tested. And then it says high performance pigments, fragrance free, phthalate free, paraben free, SLS free, and triclosan free. If you want to use it as a sunscreen, you're going to have to apply it 15 minutes before sun exposure and reapply at least every 2 hours. Use a water resistant sunscreen if swimming or sweating. And I mean, I understand, you know, making foundations that have sunscreen so you can include the sunscreen, but then again, sunscreen you have to kind of reapply very often, and you don't reapply your foundation every 2 hours. I mean, we have to be honest, like, who has the time for that? For foundation to be applied every 2 hours. So anyways, I bought this CC cream at Ulta. It is new at Ulta right now, and I just bought it last week, and I bought it in the shade 35N or light to medium 1. I wasn't sure completely about the shades. They do have some pictures on the website that you could compare your skin tone to, so that you could kind of guess what foundation is going to match you. They didn't have very many options, so I went with this one, light to medium 1. Now this did cost me, how much did it cost me? I don't remember how much it cost. I know it was really expensive, so I'm gonna put the price down below. Okay, so it brings 1 fluid ounce or 30 mLs of product in it, which is kind of like very standard. It is a tube, and you squeeze out from the top. I don't know a lot about the brand, but I do know that it's supposed to be a good brand, and that's why I decided to get this. Also because I actually had a gift card. I had a gift card from Ulta from some stuff I returned that my daughter gave me for Mother's Day, so that's why I decided to get this. Otherwise, I would not get this foundation. It's too expensive. So let's try it out. All right, so I have 2 things right here. I have a foundation brush, and I have a sponge, a makeup sponge that is already damp. So I'm gonna put it at the back of my hand. So you can see it's not completely like runny, but it isn't like, see, it doesn't run down, but it's also not like really thick. And I'm gonna be grabbing that with my brush and kind of like dabbing. It's supposed to cover a whole lot, you know, so that is the reason why I am not using color corrector underneath. Holy moly. I wasn't expecting this. You see, I'm usually not a big fan of of brushes like to put on foundation, just because it lays it on thicker. But the thing I do like about brushes when putting on foundation is that I can really go into like nooks and crannies. Like I could go a whole lot more in detail than I do using a sponge. So oh my god, I think I was reading on the website that it's supposed to cover hyperpigmentation and that kind of stuff, and kind of conceal, it kind of does it all. And that's the reason why I am not adding anything else. Oh my gosh. I'm actually getting ready for work right now. Oh boy. I need to tweeze. All right. So you can see with foundation, I don't think I did the bottom here. So you can see this side has foundation and this side that does not have foundation. And this is something else. It's a game changer. It's definitely a game changer. Okay, let me apply to the other half. So it's very hard to describe what my skin is like. I used to be combination skin, but as I've grown older, I am no longer combination skin. I feel like maybe a tiny bit of it, it's like combination, but mostly it's pretty normal. It's not too oily. It's not way too dry. I would say that in the winter, it tends to get a little bit dry, especially on my cheeks, around my mouth. Like it does tend to get a little bit dry. So yeah, but in the summer, it tends to get a tiny little bit oily on my T-zone, mostly on my nose and my forehead. Not necessarily on my chin, but mostly on my forehead, on my nose. That's where I get a little bit oilier in the summer. Okay, you can see that this thing is really covering. I mean, it's full coverage. Very full coverage. I mean, I wonder what it looks like when you have a lot of redness or a lot more hyperpigmentation or scars and discoloration and all that kind of stuff. Who knows? By the way, this shade, I think it's matching me pretty well. Yeah. I'm adding a little bit more to like around my hairline just because I feel like my hairline. Okay, so as you can see right now, I have it all on and it is looking pretty good. On the camera, it's looking pretty flawless. It is even. It is evening out my skin tone. Now, in person, I wouldn't say it looks cakey. Like, I wouldn't say it looks cakey whatsoever. It is kind of like, let me see. It was going into my fine lines a little bit, but if you kind of like just pat that down, that goes away. And it's not looking bad at all. Yeah, it's actually not looking bad. It doesn't look cakey. It just looks, my skin looks even. I do have like really set, like really deep set lines right here. And just a tiny little bit, it's like pulling in there, but I mean, come on, they're pretty deep. So what I'm gonna do right now is basically grab the sponge and just like sponge down here, just so I don't have like a line, of of foundation. So I am blending down, and it's not called blending, it's called something else, and I totally forgot. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, kind of making it a seamless transition between my neck and my face, so I don't have like a line, just in case it's not like a complete perfect match, because sometimes it may seem to us like it's a great match, and then we get out in the sun and not so much. So that's what I am doing right now. Now I'm gonna add the rest of my makeup and I'll be back. Okay, so I put on the rest of my makeup, and I also put on some lashes, which that was the hardest thing to do. Like, I am just really bad putting on lashes, and these lashes are from Kiss. The only thing is that, like, when I was like taking them out, I kind of the one on this side, I I kind of like took out a piece of the long part. So if you see right here, it might not be as long as here, because I took out the last piece right there. The eyelashes cast a shadow on my under eye all the time, and that's why it kind of looks like that, but it is what it is, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go about my day. I thought that I was gonna be home doing schoolwork all day because I did start college, but it seems that I'm gonna have to go show a house. So I'm gonna go ahead and show that house, come back, go about my day. I have a lot of stuff to do today, and then I'll be back later on, and I'm gonna give you updates throughout the day, at least 1 or 2 updates, and then I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on this foundation from DERMABLEND. All right, so I'll see you later. I forgot to mention, I will be setting my makeup with this right here. This is the Benefit, the Professional Super Setter, and it's a fine mist, which I am in love with. I actually got this from Influencer, and it's a mist. So yeah, I'm gonna be setting, I just set my face with this because yeah, I'll be wearing my mask today, and I want to not have it rub off on it. Hopefully it does not. We'll see. Okay, so it's been about 8 hours since I put on the foundation, and it is looking pretty good. Like, look at this. It is looking so good. I am absolutely in love with this foundation. Like, it hasn't broken down. I am not looking like overly sweaty, although look, you could tell that I am a little bit oily. I also really like that it covers a lot of the hyperpigmentation I have around my mouth. And I don't have any concealer on, but I think this foundation is doing a pretty good job at covering my under eye circles. So are the eyelashes, by the way. They've actually stayed on. Yeah, they've stayed on. The only thing is, like, with the eyelashes, it's like I feel like I have like a barcode on top of my eye, like on my eyelid. I feel like I have a barcode because they have like the little strands, like little lines. So whatever, but I think it looks pretty good, and so far so good. I'm gonna come back a little bit later on at the end of the day and give you my final thoughts. So bye. Okay, so it's been over 12 hours since I put on this foundation, and this is what it's looking like. I took off my eyelashes. I left them in the car. Yeah, I took off my eyelashes because they were pretty long to be wearing them with glasses. And I don't have any mascara on. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, I do give it a thumbs up, and I like it. Yeah, I've been running errands, I've been working, I've been outside in the heat. I even did some gardening, and it has held up pretty well, and I really like this. I really like that it actually covers, for the most part, my hyperpigmentation around my mouth. I feel like other foundations, after I eat, or after like just simply having it on, it really like starts wearing out, especially like on the corners right here. This one, on this corner, it kind of wore out, but just a tiny little bit. But on this corner, not so much. So that is a big plus. And yeah, I really like this. It says that it stays on for 24 hours. But I don't want to go to sleep with makeup on. So I'm going to take it off right now. But yeah, I do give it a thumbs up. I really like it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.